I'll start it off.
Alright.
First, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Makabara.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Shakadosh.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone camps for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
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 I'm the brother Amawan.
I'm the brother Kawak.
I'm the brother Marokab.
And with that, today we want to speak about the Son of God, and his name is Yahushai, and how he's going to save only a small amount of people that are on the earth. And first, I'm gonna start off in Revelation, Revelation 14:1. Then I saw the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, and the Lamb is speaking about the Son of God, Yahushai, and he's standing on Mount Zion, which is another name for, uh, which is the Israelite community, or the Israelite government, because Yahushua, he's the governor of the Israelites. You know, and it says, "Then I saw the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him were 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads." So the 144,000, these are just men. They're only men who are teachers. You know, who are the real teachers. And they're not. None of them are women or children. You know. So so it said, then I saw the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him were 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads. So it's not actually written on the forehead like this, but it's written in our brains, you know, because the forehead is right in between, right where the brain's at, and written means that we're gonna have the correct names, which is the Father Yahweh and the Son Yahushai.
I got a precept, brother, if you know.
Khan, Khan.
This is the book of Ezekiel 9:4. It says, "And the Most High said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." See, he said to set a mark upon the foreheads, but that's a spiritual mark, a mark of exemption.
That's right. It's a mark to be saved.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, gone. Exempted from the destruction.
I got some information for you.
Khan.
So the AI, Google AI says the forehead or brow is the upper region on the human face, bounded by the hairline, superiorly the eyebrows, inferiorly the temples, laterally. And then it says the bony framework composed of the frontal bone, which features the superciliary arches, which is your brows, right? So you ever talk to a woman and she's giving you the brows,
Hmm.
Okay.
or you ever talk to an NYN and they're giving you the face, or so what? We can't see inside our mind, but we can see our face, right? So it's written on the brother's forehead wrap, but you could also see it on the other brothers because they don't play that game. We don't play that game. You can see it on our face, right? So it's like that's uh that's what it means. Like when it's in your mind, like when it's in your mind, you're projecting it, right?
Right. And it ain't no Jesus. Jesus is not written in our minds. You know, it used to be. It used to be written, but we erased it, and we put it with the new name. I mean, with the real name.
Yeah. So now that you said that, there's more. The functions and the characteristics, expression. The forehead plays a major role in nonverbal communication. You see? So when somebody's talking wicked stuff, we're giving them the face, and they know without us saying words, we're not about that. Or when somebody's message doesn't align, we're everybody's, so why it has that's why your face is for it,
Yeah. So if anyone has Jesus written in their minds, they're not going to be saved. You
Yeah,
know,
and you can tell when people have that in their face, right? Because they're all smiles. None of us are smiling right now.
because
I'm
they call
smiling because nobody's smiling, and that makes me smile. So we smile at different things, right? But these Jesus freaks, they're always like happy for no fucking reason, and they don't understand why they're fucking happy. Well, that's what's inside their frontal lobe or their brain, because that's what name is written in their brain, right, in their mind. And I think the word is metapon. Let me go look for it.
yeah, yeah, Metapon or the
Yeah,
metaverse,
The
yeah,
metaverse.
the metaverse.
which is two when you put on virtual reality, when you put on those goggles, that's like a meta world, you know.
Yeah, those fucking VRs, man.
Yeah, the VR headset.
Like,
You
yeah,
Was
know,
it virtual reality?
that's right.
Yeah,
Yep,
virtual reality though.
yep.
Metaverse, yeah.
And Elon Musk, he has that Neuralink, right?
Yeah.
You don't need no goggles for that. you know, shit.
Yeah.
That's the mark of the beast right there. You know.
yeah.
Uh,
So, and part of the mark of the beast is everybody knows the technology, but then you have to accept it, right? You have to accept it.
And
So
yep.
make it mandatory.
make it mandatory. Because you could say no. We could all say no, but that's not how it goes because we got people in the game that have that Jesus mentality. Oh, everything's gonna be okay. He loves everybody. Forgiveness in the heart, or whatever bullshit they got going on. It doesn't align with Yahweh Shem Shai because Yahweh Shem Shai, he's like, you better watch out. You better be vigilant because your adversary, the devil, is like a roaring lion,
Roar time, but yeah.
you know? But these people are like, oh, it's gonna be okay, and then they're gonna take it, and then the book says that what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna,
Yeah, the next chapter though.
yeah,
Yeah. Then they're gonna be marked for death. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
And
either way, you're gonna get marked.
yeah. No, it's lucky. Last though this week though, I had to go to that the Quest though, right? And and usually when you go into like a clinic or something though, you go in and usually there's like a receptionist. But when I walked into that Quest though, there was no receptionist, and so they got like a little scanner thing where you can scan your ID and you scan your medical card, and it tells you how to wait. So you literally just go in there and they have a little scanner and you scan your ID, you scan your medical card, and you wait 10 minutes and someone comes and gets you though. So you can't tell me like we're not closer to the MOTB though. And I seen that shit, like oh shit, you don't have to talk to no receptionist. She don't give you no um paper to fill out. No, nothing. Literally scan your ID and your medical card and that's it.
It's crazy.
So we're closer though. We're closer.
That's right.
Yeah,
Uh,
and right now it's like you can download anything on your phone. There's so many apps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if it's easier to access your apps, you might want to. They'll be like, okay, if you take this chip, you can access all the information on your phone, and you don't need your phone. Like you said, you don't need your phone. And they'll be like, well, yeah, that's convenient, and it's always convenient, right? It's convenient. It's good for you.
Yeah, and I seen it. I seen a Jake though on YouTube, right? These people are gonna take it voluntarily though because this Jake though, I guess he was detailing I believe he was detailing a person's car, and the guy's like, "How much owe you?" And he's all, "We'll just do it through." He scanned his he already had the CHIP in his hand already, the Jake.
Oh shit!
So the dude with his phone, he scanned it though, and his Cash App, his Venmo popped up on the other dude's the customer's phone, and he goes, "Pay me through Cash App or Venmo, whatever you got." So all this guy did though was scan his hand.
Yeah.
He already got that shit in his hand, Jake,
Man.
Yeah.
And
and then all this information popped out, bro.
yeah, and remember when you put the chip in there, it has things that connects to your nervous system, which connects to your brain. So how are you gonna use it? You're gonna have to have that in your brain. Like, okay, give me some money, and then you're all about that chip. Like, yeah, the chip is so great. I can pay all my bills. I don't have to worry about nothing. But if you watch the movie Upgrade, this little thing was a chip, right? And it's called STEM, and it had a mind of its own. So maybe that chip is just a way to get you to give up your consciousness because you don't. Man, if you're gonna take the chip, if you're 2/3, you're just fucking you're just for ammo. You're just a fucking target practice to scare to scare the 144 and and those that are with us because there's no other reason for you to exist. So you're gonna take that chip and we're gonna see how it works with you, and it's gonna change you, and you're gonna lose yourself, and yeah, that's it.
And get cancer too, man. It
You're
talks
gonna
about it giving people cancer.
Yeah. And it's the false prophets are the ones who are promoting the name Jesus. You know, uh, like the IUIC, uh, Israel United in Christ. They don't have they don't have the real name written in their foreheads. You know.
I got a
Uh,
piece for you.
yeah.
This is James 1:4. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So we're going to see these things happen because of the wisdom that was imparted by us, onto us by, yeah, first Yahweh Shemi Shai, then, Abba Bibbins, and then Moses, Masha, and then, Arya, and then Apostle Tahar, and then everybody else, and then us. So we have to be patient, and it's going to take a while. But now it's not going to take a while. Now it's here. Now it's practically here. And the thing about the chip is when Venezuela got taken out, what was the chip? What did the chip have to do with it? Well, they probably had those chips in the soldiers because we know from the LA brothers that a lot of Marines and soldiers go up there and say, "Yeah, well, we got the chip. We got some sort of chip." They wanted to get a chip. So these advanced soldiers, you know they have a chip because you ain't about to send your most advanced weapon without any fucking way to find and get it back, right?
Uh, I'm gonna go back to Revelation 14:2, and we got to get that name out of our heads. So it says Revelation
I
14
got
and
it for you.
2.
I got it for you.
Okay.
All right, Revelation 14:2. And I heard a voice from heaven as a voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harps harping with their harps.
Yeah, so these harpers, uh, they got instruments, to play a song, and their instruments are so loud that like it said, it's like a roaring. What did it say?
I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters and as a great thunder.
Yeah, so they're playing so loud that it's going out throughout the whole earth. You know, these harpers are playing their instruments, and they're playing a song. You know.
Yeah. But remember, that song is Yahweh Bashem How Shai, and that's gonna save you. So whenever we
Yeah.
say that and the people that reject that name, they're like, they feel something. They feel something about it. So when they feel something about it, um, that's
Yeah.
that's that ick, they get that ick. So the Lord has the ick for them because they have a ick for His name, and that's unfortunate because there's only 144, right? Because the next verse says it, because nobody else can sing it. Nobody else can sing it.
Yep.
And
That's right.
then and then these harpers, it says that they're playing together, so
Mhm.
they're
With
playing
one
on
accord.
one accord, like one brother's playing the drums, another brother's playing the guitar, and then
Yeah, yeah.
it's like us right now. We're playing this song right now,
Yeah.
you know.
Right now, you're the lead singer, and I'm over here on the keyboard, and Maracop's over
Oh,
there on the
The
whatever
drums.
instrument he's playing the drums. And
that's right.
and it doesn't
And
have to be like that, but it has to be an explanation so the people can understand. So I'm literally on the horn, on the unicorn, searching up all kinds of information fast. Like if we were to have someone come up on when we do camp and they're trying to do something, I could just look something up, whatever they're saying, and get some verification. So while you're talking, I'm looking up
see,
and you're getting ready.
that,
You know?
that means that
Yeah.
we're playing loud. We're not. It's not no little waves. These are big waves because we're breaking down these scriptures. y-
Yeah,
You
and
know.
we work
Yeah.
together. So I was watching the Minnesota Timberwolves and Atlanta Hawks play. Man, that was a good game. But it didn't get good until the fourth quarter, till the very, very end. They were shooting threes. Man, this dude made 5 threes in a row. And I was
Oh
like,
man, that's a yeah.
yeah, that's
Look.
good.
Yeah.
And it was exciting, but it was exciting towards the end, you know? The end.
And gone. And I seen the I don't know if you catch it too. It was the Celtics versus the Brooklyn.
Oh, man.
Hey, they went to OT twice.
Hey, that's good.
That was a good ass game. You know what I mean? It was the Boston versus the Brooklyn Nets. Man, they went overtime twice, bro.
When those games happen like that, that's exciting,
Woo.
right?
Yeah, yeah, it was a good game.
I was
Like
jumping
one of
out
the
of my
best
chair.
games I've seen. Yeah,
I don't usually do that. I was like jumping out of my chair and fucking screaming. I was like, yeah,
yeah,
because that
yeah,
dude he was hyper focused. He was shooting those threes because he knew he had to do it to catch up or get to the first overtime. And that's basically what we're doing. We're in overtime and we're shooting those threes called the Yahal Bashim Yahweh Shai. We're breaking down the scriptures. We're giving the prophecies to them, and nobody can swat that. Nobody can block that. There's no defense for it because we're like the superstars, right? So when that dude was shooting the threes, he was in the zone. So you can't say that Apostle Tahar is not in the zone, or Apostle Gabar is not in the zone, or any of the GMS brothers are not in the zone. And
Dang.
and you could tell, like Captain Tazariak, he's a cool dude. I'm not talking shit about him, but you could tell he gets out of the zone sometimes. He gets zoned out. Like if you tell him about the chip, he'll be like thinking about it because I think he knows, but he just doesn't believe it, or he believes it, but he just doesn't want to say it because whatever is going on, the situation.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And a lot of them do though, man. A lot of them they know the name, but they're not gonna use it.
hmm
They just ignore.
Yeah. And here's a 2 hour video of Bishop Nathaniel breaking down the name back in the '90s though, like a 2 hour, 3 hour video, and you're telling me he doesn't know the name? And and there's proof though, and there's always receipts though, you know. Brother just put out that video of him breaking down the name, you know. So it's not like he doesn't know. Ignorant, he just, you know, what I mean, he does know.
All right, since you
Dang.
said that, I got a precept for you.
God.
Revelation 14:5 in the NLT. They have told no lies. They are without blame.
Yeah.
So
That that's 144,000.
how you gonna make a 2-hour video about the name and then now you're gonna call him Jesus?
Yep. Which I got a precept real quick.
Yep. God.
This is the book of Matthew 24 and 24. It says, "For they shall rise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But the elect is not gonna, fall for that shit.
Yeah, that's right. That it's not gonna get in their minds. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They ain't gonna, receive that name.
It's like Morpheus. Remember Morpheus when they tried to break his mind? You
Oh yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
He was
It
holding on.
couldn't break his mind, you know.
That's basically
So
what we're going through because if you take a look at the news, you see ice killing this, earthquakes, volcanoes, people getting murdered,
Hey, brother,
fog.
the fog, man, they got people have died, got judged because of the fog this year.
Yeah,
You know,
a lot
and
of
it's still
judgment.
foggy though.
it's a winter
It's not
storm
good.
right now. Right now,
Yeah,
there's a winter storm.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then Texas is gonna get hit with the worst fucking storm. So there's gonna be more death. And winter is we're not even in the middle of winter. Winter is barely starting. Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
starting. You
we
want to
got
get the
until March. We got in winter until March, and then that's about when the Passover hit. You know,
yeah, yeah.
read verse 3.
Also like
So, what are you gonna
no,
say?
no, yeah, no. I was gonna say yeah, brother's right though because like I said, they said this week the fog is gonna go away, but I'm looking out right now at my window and it's still foggy though,
yeah.
foggy as hell.
Damn, I know the sky's all white.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why we brethren we're doing the indoor ministry because it's foggy outside, man. You know, because if we know like if it was clear days, we'll be out there, preaching the word, of course, but.
Look,
That's why
look,
we've been doing the indoor because it's been foggy as fuck, man.
look at the apostles. They just did indoor too,
Oh yeah, con. Yeah,
and they did 4 hours. You know,
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know what I mean?
And
Uh,
the fog is bad because you can't see anything, and you're going and you're driving and you have to get somewhere, and people do fucking crazy things when they're late, when they're in a hurry.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And they, like I said, there's been deaths though because of the fog in the Central Valley over here. In the Central Valley, man, there's been deaths though, because of the fog.
And see, because during the winter is when the witches, or not witches, but the people that do sacrifices, they do the sacrifices in the winter,
Yeah, the winter solstice.
the winter solstice. So there have to be so many killings and an offer being made to whatever. But the thing is, it happens during the winter, and like every movie
Yeah,
that you see about monsters, there's always fog, right? Murderers or werewolves or vampires. There's always a fog involved. Fog,
that's
man,
right.
damn.
yeah,
That's why that
Yahweh
scripture
Shemi
said.
Hoshai ain't playing around, man.
That
He's
scripture.
poetic. Yes, he.
Oh, that scripture that says, "Let your fall not be in the winter."
Oh,
You know.
yeah,
that's right.
yeah, yeah.
It's in that same in the 24th chapter. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Matthew's. Yep.
'cause that's the worst time.
Did you want me to read something in Revelation 14 again?
Revelation 14:3.
All
Let's
right,
read
this is
that one.
Revelation 14:3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts, and the elders, and no man could learn that song but 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth.
Dang. See, so that song is this truth. The truth, 100% truth. Of the scriptures, and no one could learn it. y- You know, um, that's why only them are going to be saved because no one else could. If no one else could learn it, you can't be saved. You know.
That's right.
Yeah, that's like going back to basketball. Not everybody can shoot threes. You know,
Right.
everybody was trying to shoot a three, but only certain guys could do it.
That's why
You
it's
know?
only men.
Yeah,
It's only men. Can't no children do this. Can't no women do this. You know.
and in the NLT it says this great choir sang a wonderful new song. So
Um,
you're man, all our lives changed when we learned the name Yahweh Shemi Shai. My life fucking changed, and this brother Amawan, he was with me when it changed, and we basically went through a change together. And not only that, the most important thing was those chariots came to me, like they really came to me. They were proving the names Yahweh Shemi Shai, control, give you control. Those are the angels or the demons, and then this brother. I don't know if he's still a brother, but Aiden, remember he was like, "Oh, those are demons." So what? Ain't demons angels too?
You know,
They're all dying to help. They're all wanting to help. You know, but let's say that that didn't happen. Would I
if
still
they're
be
evil,
as fucking hot for this thing as I am? Sure, because other things happened besides that. But that was the most important thing because I kept seeing chariots. I seen chariots in formations. I seen the paper crane chariots. I seen the star chariots. You know, I seen the orb chariots. I seen
That
the
was one of your first videos, right? That you put out.
yeah, and I seen the big giant square one. Hey, come on, you know,
Yeah.
it's it's like they're doing stuff like the angels are doing stuff to keep reminding me. Don't forget, we fucking rescued you. You owe us. That's why it says we were purchased, right?
Mhm.
We're redeemed. We were redeemed. So
We have come back.
I owe Yahweh Shemi Shai. So I owe him my life. So you know, and you see the smile on my face. It's not a regular smile. It's like a I'm happy that these bad things are happening kind of smile. It's like if you really understood, I'm not having a good time. I haven't been having a good time. You know, it's tough. It's tough. But things happen that makes me smile. Things happen that make me feel good. But also things happen to make me feel bad. Like it's like a it's like something great. Because back in James, like let's see, back in James 1, it says James 1 and 2, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. You know, those are the things that are beautiful in life. Like you're like, fuck, it hurts so bad, but it's you sit there and you think about it, and it's like, this is actually wonderful. You know,
Yeah.
so all these things that are happening, don't forget about the chariots. Don't forget about the chariots, because that's how we're gonna get saved.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it said in Revelation 3, it said they sung a wonderful new song. So when we heard that song, you know, it never got old to us. That's why we're still in this truth. You know, that song don't get old to us. Just like people, they still listen to oldies, right? And
Yeah.
they don't get tired of oldies, you know. Just like us, this song don't get old to us.
Yeah. If Chuck Berry were to come on right now and talk about doing the twist, we would all be fucking. We all know the words to that song. That song is
Yeah.
old as hell. But how do we know the words to that song? Because it's a good song,
Because you
right?
keep hearing it over and over again. That's why.
It has a
You
nice
know.
beat. It makes you feel good, right? So
Yeah.
this name Yahweh Shemi Awashai, it's like it's like oh, and they're making that movie Masters of the Universe with the He-Man remake. It's like a sword. It's like that sword. Once he gets that sword, it's like I got the power, and he's all hyped up. Like that's the sword, right?
Oh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Because I barely saw the first one with what's his name?
Dolph
John.
Lundgren. Dolph
Yeah.
Lundgren.
I barely because I
But
never really watched that before. Shit.
but see how and it's always white people. White people want the power that we're gonna get. You ain't gonna get that fucking power. We're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause that movie, he's the what they call master of the universe, right? That's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
the 144,000. You know, they're gonna be masters of the universe.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And
You know what
then
I mean?
the
And
view. Go ahead.
he tried to capture the what's her name? She was the sorceress or something. I don't know.
See, there's
She
different.
was, she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the princess or something like
yeah.
that. I
She
don't
was the
know.
princess.
Something like that.
But if we focus on the sword, like that sword, right? That sword that makes He-Man strong and gives him the power. And,
And Esau wanted that sword too. You know,
mhm. So there's two swords. There's two
Yeah,
swords.
yeah.
he had it though. He
So,
had that sword too. You know.
And Skeletor, Skeletor. Esau always wants the sword, right? He's
Yeah.
always trying to get that sword. he'll fucking burn his homies to get that sword.
And then
Yeah.
he was gonna take over the whole universe.
Mhm.
You know, if he had that sword.
If he had the sword. That's
But
Esau on a
He-Man
rampage.
took it away. You know. Let's see.
Let me read the Revelation 14 and 3 again.
Con.
This time it's going to be in the NLT. This great choir sang a wonderful new song in front of the throne of God and before the four living beings and the 24 elders. No one could learn this song except the 144,000 which had been redeemed from the earth.
See, and this is like a scene in heaven because they're standing in front. It says in front of the four beasts and the 24 elders. So this is all. This is the congregation right here. This is the congregation in heaven because they were saved.
Yeah,
Read the next verse.
right. This is Revelation 14 and 4.
Because Salaki, because they got saved from the beast too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. They are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and unto Yahushai.
It says that they were virgins. The 144 are virgins, and not literally. Not like real virgins. But they're spiritually virgins, and what makes them virgins is that they worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and they follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and they follow the high holy days. They don't worship these holidays.
Oh, and then Passover's coming up. Everybody's going to celebrate it. And, this is going to be the best Passover ever because Trump, he's on a roll.
Yeah,
What's he gonna do by the time Passover comes around? He's gonna amaze us because he doesn't have that much time. he's
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
he's doing fucking things right. So he was talking about when they asked him about the sonar weapons, he's like, yeah, we got more than that. We got things that nobody knows about, and he's itching to try them out. Right? He's going to. He's gonna show the world a fucking couple of things, and then everybody's gonna be like, okay, why did you show us that? Then he's gonna be like, well, because you're gonna take this chip, or we're gonna use these fucking weapons on you. you know,
It's crazy.
because if you went, remember when we were going to school and we had to deal with that bully that always wanted to take something from our lunch tray. Like every fucking day, he would try to take something from my lunch tray, and then one day I would be like, yeah, fuck no. And I was scared and wherever, but everybody in the world is gonna be scared of Esau. But there's gonna be a moment where you're gonna say, no, you can't have my fucking sandwich. You know,
And
I'm
then, and
fucking
then
hungry.
what happens? And then what happens after you stand up to him? Then everybody else is gonna bow down.
Everybody else is gonna stand up with that guy. And then as soon as I did it, everybody else was like, "Yeah, leave him alone." Like that's prophetic, man. Because who's next? Greenland? Greenland's next, right? But who's after that? Iran. And who's after Iran? You know, nobody. Every Russia and China. But there's not gonna be no fucking none of that. And China's got shit too. China's
Yeah,
got
you can't
weapons
forget about
too.
China.
Yep.
And
Damn. They're just waiting.
it's like they're just waiting because they need an excuse. Like they just give me an excuse.
Yep. Damn. They're just waiting for that nuke to be shot.
Yeah, they said they got something for that ass.
Damn. I want to go to Psalms 33 and 2, and we'll speak more about the song.
This is
Let's see.
Psalm 33 and 2. Praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai with harp, sing unto him with the psaltery and instrument of 10 strings.
Yep. So it says, praise Yahweh Hashem Yashai with harp and with the instrument of 10 strings. So when you play this song, it has like 10 strings. So you have to play the right notes. You play the wrong string, what happens?
It goes off.
Then you're not any good. you know People are gonna boo at you. People are gonna boo. It's not gonna sound good because we're supposed to persuade our people into this truth. We have to like sing to them.
Yep.
Um,
Let me get the definition in the for it
yep,
says praise, right?
yep. Praise.
And the word is yada, to throw, shoot, cast, to shoot arrows, to cast down, throw down, to give thanks, loud praise, to confess the name of God.
Oh, confess. See, confess the name. So what we are confessing that you know we're confessing that Jesus was not the name. you know
Yeah,
Jesus is not the name. Like how they say you're not the Father.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is.
yeah, yeah. Very more. You read that show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maury needs to say,
Yeah.
"You are not the Messiah."
Yep. That because we found out through the lie detector.
Ah,
We found out.
shit.
You
That's
know,
Yeah.
hilarious.
they took the lie detector test, and
Yeah,
this devil.
yeah, that's
You
true because what happens when you start saying that name? I mean, I'm gonna ask you guys a scary question. Do you hear bumps or noises, unexpected noises in your home?
I don't.
Okay, well, I do, but that's not because of anything far out that I'm doing. That's because they're helping me out. Like if I can't figure it out, they gotta help me out. You know what I'm talking about? It's a pretty scary thing, right? But like,
Yeah.
I was in
Well,
my garage
oh,
and I was worried about something. I was real worried about something, and like I felt like I don't know, like if you put your hand next to your face, there's a little feeling in between that, right? It's a little kind of warm,
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
but
kind of.
yeah.
I felt that
Yeah,
on
it's
my
like
right
you
side, and
felt
I
the
was like, and
energy.
I got kind of scared, and that changed my attitude, right? So, you know, you guys don't notice it. You guys don't notice it, but they're there with you. Yeah. They're taking care of you. They don't let you slip, they don't let you trip. You just gotta notice. And when you notice it, that's the next level. Now you're on the next level. And
And
that
he,
next
and
level
even
is a
and
whole new fucking thing. And Apostle Hart talked about it, and it's like you might have to go do an exorcism.
oh,
You know,
that's
you
what I'm
might have to
saying.
what?
Even if I was gonna say, even if they are demons, you can't be scared of demons because
You're
we're the ones we have authority over them.
you're in charge. You're in charge.
Right. Yeah, I would just I don't know if you remember, I was talking to the brother Mawan about was it a couple weeks ago, was it? When I was in the kitchen, it was late and I
Oh,
heard my woman get up and I heard her voice though.
oh yeah,
And I was
yeah.
telling his brother though, yeah, like I think it was a couple weeks ago, was it, or a month? But this happened to me though, where I went and I thought I heard her get up, use the restroom, and I heard her voice though. But then when I went to the room, she was knocked the fuck out, snoring though. So I'm like, that's fucking demon, man, you know?
Yeah, sometimes they
So
play with you.
yeah, I
Sometimes they
understand what the
play with
brother's
you.
talking about.
But
And
Yeah,
but the thing is, when that happens, you're like, man, shut the hell up. Do something good for a
exactly,
change. Like, go find
exactly
out
though.
some information for me because you can tell them to do stuff. If
Yeah,
like let's
yeah,
say
you're in control though. You brother said,
exactly. So you'll be like, you know
yeah,
what?
you're in control. Yeah,
Since you're here, why don't you just let me know if someone's gonna break in? And if you don't, I'm gonna hold you against it. And then the good angels, they'll see because we don't know what's around us. We can't see that. But we know because of the book tells us that there's a hedge of angels around us. And the angels, Job 3 always says it. He called all his sons, and then that Satan also was with them. So we don't know who's among that hedge that's protecting us, protecting you and your kids and your family. Because there's probably 100, or maybe 200, but they're protecting you. So you can't be scared. I'm the one said it right. You can't be scared, because why are you gonna be scared? You're a master of the universe.
They're just testing you, like that one verse that said, I know this guy, but you, I don't know.
Mhm.
I forgot what scripture that
Yeah,
is.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
that
right.
acts. Yeah,
He says, the demon said, I know Paul, but you, I don't know, or something like that. Because
yeah.
he had the name, he had the correct name written in his forehead.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
a few years ago I got fired from a job, but I knew the day I was gonna get fired. Nobody told me, but I told my supervisor, look, I feel like I don't have a job here anymore. And then like an hour later, that bitch from HR came, got me, took me into the fucking office, and then the next thing you know, she gave me my last check, and I was it.
So, want to read Psalms 33 and 3.
All right. This is Psalms 33 and 3. Sing unto him a new song. Play skillfully with a loud noise.
So, like I said, this new song, it doesn't get old, and we have to play it loud, meaning we have to have our instruments, and they have to be on point. They have to be on key. You can't have no strings that are blown out. You know,
Yeah, because you're gonna hear that.
yeah,
Yeah, because we got a concert. We got a show to put on.
that's right. If you got a blown out screen, a blown out string, that means you're teaching a false doctrine. You know, you're teaching in the name of Christ. You know
Or
that's
let's say you're missing a string. You're gonna play a song, and everybody's gonna know that you missed a note.
You're
you
gonna
know
hear it.
they're not gonna pay. They're not gonna pay to hear you. To go to your concert.
I got a preacher for you.
Come on.
This is Exodus 15 and 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. So those miracles that we have to be loud. We have to be like, yeah, that happened. And it's not necessarily loud. It's like, speak up when it's time to speak up. You know,
Yeah.
like
And
somebody will be saying, yeah, Moses never did this, and you'll be like, okay, that's your opinion, but Moses did, right?
we have to teach them the correct way. If somebody's saying something that goes against
Hmm.
the correct doctrine.
And if you're a Hebrew Israelite and you don't know who Moses is, you are not a Hebrew Israelite. Everybody knows who fucking Moses is.
Yeah. I got a precept. I get it real quick.
Come on.
This is Isaiah 58 and 1. It says, "Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet." So this word is always it's an instrument. So it's always comparing it to like an instrument, because it says, "Cry out loud and spare not." Don't hold back. Tell everything. It says, "Lift up thy voice like a trumpet," and it says, "And show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins." See,
Yeah.
my brother said though, if you're Israelite and you don't know about Moses, then you're not. It's not for you then.
And there's a song that says, "Take it to the limit."
Oh,
Remember that
push it
song?
to the limit. Push it to the limit.
Push it
Right.
to the
Push it,
limit, yeah.
yeah,
Push it to the limit. Limit.
Scarface soundtrack. Huh.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then
That's what I was gonna say.
the
Yeah, yeah.
Scarface, right? And
Yeah,
Scarface.
what was he doing? He was working. He was
Yeah. He was
working.
pushing definitely.
He was doing it the most, right? And that's one
pushing
of
it
the
to
sayings we got out here in the street. Like, if you're gonna fucking do it the most. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
one of the homies told me before. before I came into the truth, he's like, go and put your heart into it. Like if they're telling you that in the fucking streets, put your heart into it. Like put all your heart into it. I, you know, everybody's just missing out the fucking information. Like there's something that's wrong with you if you're not saying Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and you got to be loud with it, right? So being loud with it is like expressing yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Like it tells you in Isaiah 58, you know, cry out loud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Yeah. So it ain't no. You can't be like maybe. You have to be let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. You, know? you
Mm-hmm.
have to be you have to be sure about it. You know. Read that next verse in Psalms 33.
33 and 4.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 33 and 4. For the word of Yahweh is right, and all his works are done in truth.
See, all his works are done in truth. So when we do this work, it has to be in truth. It can't be no lies. Um, it can't be a bug out. You know.
Yeah, because everything come out. Like we know that who was the good dude that died? Somebody we forgot about him. I forgot about him.
Couple people died.
Yeah.
You know.
It was like he used to say something about the potato chip was a chip, comfy or had the comforter.
Yeah, the comforter.
So and then we found out that General Yohana likes to suck on weenies.
Damn. And then fucking
I can't believe
Alizé.
that church is still
Hallelujah.
up.
The paper.
Yeah, the Pied Piper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
He was playing the wrong kind of flute. He was playing the skin flute. You know, you can't be doing that. Like that's why it's hard to be in the truth because those demons will get you. They fucking get you. You're not only fighting against other people, you're fighting against demons, and angels will trip you up. Good angels will trip you up. Hey, you know?
And yeah, because he let Satan. He let Satan get to him.
Sure
You
did.
know. Now you want to go to Job 30, Job 30 and 31.
This is Job 30 and 31. Oh man, this is a good one. My harp also is turned to mourning, and my organ into the voice of them that weep. Oh, and that's how I feel right now. You know, that's how I feel.
See, so a song, a song is also like a sad song too. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what it says in the NLT. My heart plays sad music, and my flute accompanies those who weep.
and see, so uh, we're also singing, a sad song, you know, because right now we're in captivity, going through Jacob's trouble, and it's a sad song, but um, the 144, to us, it's not gonna affect us, um,
In that whole chapter, Job is talking about suffering, like the whole chapter.
con,
Yeah. I got a precept real quick if I could get it.
con,
Cause this Malachi 3 and 16. It says, "Then they that feared the Most High spake often one to another, and the Most High hearkened and heard it. And the book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Most High and that thought upon His name." So, what is His name?
How about me all shine?
Yeah.
and
So so we know it's no Jesus though, or just God though.
And
Because I said that. Oh, so like
no, no, you're right. It's amazing because we're talking and we're not even together right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it says, "Them that fear the Most High spake often one to another."
Yeah, from
Yeah.
far away.
Yep.
and So it's like a band. We're all playing with the uh same accord, but these other we're telling our people we're playing to our people, but they don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't like this song. They don't like this song.
It's like it's too old for them.
Yeah. It's too old.
They only like old music when it's convenient. Like you know how during the holidays, especially in December, there's always that fucking ancient music about Christmas or whatever. Everybody knows chestnuts open on a roasting fire or roasting on an open fire. Everybody knows Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Everybody knows Jingle Bells.
Jingle
Everybody,
bells, shit, yeah.
everybody knows those songs, but they don't want to know the new song or the old song or the real song.
Yeah. So we'll go to Revelation 15 and 1. Because if they don't learn this song, they're not going to be saved, right?
That's pretty much it. So I got it, Revelation 15 and 1, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh.
And that's like the time we're in right now, because we're in the 7 last plagues, which is the last
Prophecies, though.
the last prophecies.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, 'cause we see them. Like, we see them, though. You can't tell me there's not going to be no World War III. You can't tell me the MOTB, it's not here. You can't tell us that Jacob's Trouble is, we're not in the door already in Jacob's Trouble when the ice, though. You can't tell us that all that ain't coming, though. It's already here.
it's the last plagues, and that's it. It's the end of the world. That's how you know. And keep going.
And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of the glass, having the harps of Yahweh.
And the sea of the glass is the ozone layer, you know, it, right above the earth, because he had a vision. He had a vision that he was above the earth looking down, and it looked like a sea of glass, but also it was mingled with fire. So he was like looking through the glass, through the chariot. He was looking through the chariot.
And
And
well, so just to explain it, if you blow a bubble like with bubbles, and it lands on something, and the light hits it, it'll look like a sea of glass mingled with fire. Like just try it, because it
Oh, yeah, when the sun hits it.
yeah, when the
Yeah,
sun hits it.
yeah,
So
I got it.
that's perfect.
yeah,
Yeah,
you see like a glare, you know.
yeah.
So and then read it again, Salakia.
And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the heart of Yahweh.
Dang. So these are the only men that are going to be saved, because they didn't receive the mark of the beast. you know, just don't take the mark of the beast, and do the work, you know. Uh, Praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But that's only if you have the Holy Spirit on you,
Yeah. Because the spirit's gonna have to be dealing with you, though, because
Yeah.
in those times, though, you're gonna be running like faith, though, like in the book of Eli, you're just gonna be with faith, though.
That's right.
You know.
If you can't get that name Jesus out of your head, then you can't be changed.
I got the next one.
God.
Revelation 15:3, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord power, almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints.
And it said the song of Moses. You know, that's an old song. You know, people don't want to hear about Moses. You know, we tell them about Moses. They don't want to hear about it. You know, um, but it says, "Great and marvelous are thy works, true and thy way, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints."
Mhm.
Yeah. It said
That's
King
what.
of Saints,
Yep, King of saints.
so it's only for Israel.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know.
that's that's the King of saints. That's you can't get no more saint than that. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you're judging. You know, just like Yahushua is, like he said, he's gonna give us he's gonna give us the hair. We're gonna be hairs to him or something like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be under him. That means we're gonna be able to judge. You know, we'll be able to judge angels too. You know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what, because it says thou King of saints. So Yahushua is a king of saints, right? And then he's also the king of angels. He's also the king of kings.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
He's he's the master of masters.
oh, yeah. That's right.
I got a precept about it.
Con.
This is Revelation 21:2. It says, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband." So that New Jerusalem is the elect, you know, because we
Yeah,
know about the Jerusalem that's in the land of Israel right now, but we know those people, they ain't the people. And don't get us wrong, some of our people are mixed and mingled with them, but those people there right now, they ain't the people, you know, because it says prepared as a bride adored for her husband, you know.
people think they're gonna see a city coming down. You know.
Um,
Yeah.
so what Trump's trying to do right now is he's trying to rebuild Gaza into a technological advanced city. That's what he thinks is going on.
The
So
great Israel, yeah.
yeah, so he's gonna recreate it and sell it to whoever millionaires or billionaires because in the snake size, the king, he's the king of kings, right? You know,
Yeah. Pose.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's taking our land and then building that sophisticated city, that technologically advanced city, and that city is going to require a chip and all the citizens. How else are you going to control it? You're going to have a social score like they do in China. You're only going to be allowed to get a certain amount of food, certain amount of water.
What's it?
Like,
What they call it? Universal basic income or
yeah.
something?
I don't know if you brothers have seen that movie, The Running Man. That is a good movie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, the new one with the new kid.
Oh, was a new one?
Yeah, I forget what
I think it's I seen it on, I think it's on Prime, no?
yeah,
That's on
Prime.
Prime. Yeah, I
So
think it's
that
Prime,
one's good. And in the beginning, like he's going to talk to a boss, but while they're going to do the thing, there's a guy with the garment, and the garment's like kind of gold and glittering, and he has a Bible in his hand, and he has a microphone. So everybody knows.
Oh, shit, okay.
It starts off like that, and it shows that guy preaching. So the saints are here, and the name is here, and the trouble's here. We're just waiting for your house shot.
Yep. Okay.
Read Revelation 15:4.
Revelation 15:4. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name?
We
For
know who
thou
that is.
art. Go ahead.
We know who that is.
Yep.
Where it says, "Who shall not fear thee, and glorify thy name. That's IUIC because they don't glorify his name.
That's a
So
lot of people.
they don't fear him. You know?
Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For thou only art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. That's called prophecy.
Dang. Yep, that's prophecy right there. That's the end, right? That's the end game when all the nations are gonna uh, uh, worship before us. You know,
You know what? That
that's
that makes it that makes it so much better. Like, because when you stub your toe, it hurts, right? And you think about it, and you're like mad. But when he comes back, we're gonna be like, "Man," he's gonna know because. Well, let me get it. Get it in Hebrews 4:15. All right. So Hebrews 4:15, for we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. So we might have fallen short, but he's gonna be like, man, I know exactly what you were going through. I was with you the whole time. That's what makes his name so great. You calling on his name, he's listening.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And the next one says, in the NLT, so let us come boldly to the throne of our gracious power. There we will receive his mercy and we will find grace to help us when we need it most. You know, sometimes that's intervention with angels or the demons. You might get fired. You might get in a car wreck. However he sees, man. However he sees, and whatever has to happen, you know, he's with you. He's not letting you down. I mean, all your prayers are being heard. All your cries are being heard. When you fucking frustrated and you can't deal with it, he's there with you, man. He's there with you. But so you have to come boldly to the throne. And I know I have some times where I'm like, man, why are you doing this to me? You know. But then I'm like, I understand why. So it's not like, please, sir, please. No, you and Yahweh Shai are homies, friends. You got a special relationship. You don't have to see nobody else before you see him. You can go straight to him because you got the name. You got his number. Hey,
Yeah. Sure. Because that's a scripture too. I will never call you what he said, a servant. I'll call you a friend. You know, Yahweh Shai, said that I think in the book of John.
mhm. And of being a friend, like you could see your friend. I could see you guys. He sees us. He sees us, and we need to learn that we can see him in the miracles, in the trouble, in in everything. He is there. He is there on a grand scale, and it's like no matter what you do, no matter where you go, he's watching. Like he's watching you. The angels are watching you. They're reporting on you. They're like, man, this guy's a good servant. Look at when they said take the shot, he quit his job. Man, he's a good servant. You know?
like he don't want to bow down to this world.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. You know, you
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 want to go.
you go ahead.
So you want to go to Isaiah 65 and 8 because he's only saving a little amount of men, and then the rest has to be, where's the rest going?
All
That's
right,
right. Yeah.
Isaiah 65:8.
Yeah.
Thus saith the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all.
See, so
Yep.
he
Yep.
said he said as a new wine found in the cluster. So imagine if you had a pack of grapes or whatever, And some of them are rotten, yeah, but some of them are good too, though. You know,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
but you're not going to throw away the whole
Whole bag.
pot. You
Right.
know,
You can make wine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the Israelites, some of them are rotten, some of them are good. You know,
Yeah.
but but we just have to throw out the rotten ones. You know, that's what Yahweh Shimon Shai is going to do. That because
Yeah,
he said,
the rotten ones are going to take the chip. The rotten ones are going to be killed. The rotten ones are going to be an example.
that's right. When there's rotten, you got to throw it away. Or else
Good.
you get sick. You know, you know.
Let me get the next one.
Hmm.
Isaiah
Yep.
65:9. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there.
So another name for 144 is the elect. Want to get that definition for elect? Because the elect, it said the elect are going to inherit it. Only the elect are going to be able to inherit the kingdom. The others are going to just be there. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
you're just going to be there.
So let me get this before I get it. Isaiah 42:1. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. Now let me look at that word, the elect. And you see how my dryer went off?
Oh God,
Perfect timing.
because we're bringing forth the judgment to the Gentiles right now.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, we're telling these Israelite foreigners, you don't know what you worship. You know,
Yeah,
So the
like
word,
Paul did, told
yeah,
the other Israelites. So
yeah. That woman at the well, or,
that word
oh,
is,
when Yahushua told her, yeah,
yeah, you don't know what you worship.
yeah,
so the word for elect
You
is
don't know what you're
bakayar,
saying.
and it means chosen, choice one, chosen one, elect of God.
Dang, see,
yeah,
so just like when you go for tryouts, this thing is a tryout. You get cut if you don't make the team. You get cut, and then you got to go home. You know,
Yeah, I've been there.
you,
I've been there in
you don't get to play that.
basketball tryouts. You
You
go
don't get to
one
play
day,
that.
you think you're doing good, and then the next day you're like, they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, we're here for tryout. No, you got cut.
See, so that means you can't play the whole year. You
Hmm?
know, so,
yeah,
see, so they're not going to be in the kingdom. I mean, they're going to be in the kingdom shameful.
yeah. I got a precept I could get.
Con.
So this is First Peter 2 and 4. It says, "To whom coming as unto a living stone, this allowed indeed of man, but chosen of Yahweh and precious." See, and it's 5. It says, "Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and a holy priesthood to offer up." You know,
Yep.
and it says that and spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and that's the electo.
And see, spiritual sacrifices, that's what we're doing right now, is
Yeah,
we're sacrificing ourselves right
Yeah.
now.
we got our body, or living sacrifice,
I got a
and we've
preset
all
for
been
you
free
since
from.
you said that.
And by doing this, we're helping build the house.
Yep.
You know,
So since you
we're
said
doing
that,
our part. You know,
I got Isaiah
we're doing
42
our
and 6.
part. When you go to a party and you bring your or like you got your stuff. You brought your stuff.
BYOB,
Yeah,
bring your own beer.
I mean,
yeah,
back in the world.
So Isaiah 42 and 6. I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles. So, when you're called out, let's say you're playing the lottery. You're sitting in the crowd and you're called out, and they're saying the next contestant is boom. They call you out. Are you gonna get up and go? Yeah, heck yeah, you're gonna go. You might win something.
Yeah, and imagine hearing that your number was called, and like, that's me,
I know that's exciting when you're waiting for something. Like you're at the DMV, you're like, fucking boring. Oh, I'm next. Okay, and then your attitude changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to get Matthew 24 and 31? Because,
31.
yeah, 24 and 31.
It says Matthew 24 and 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Dang. And that's all he's gathering is his elect, He don't care about anyone else, you know. You just got to gather the good grapes, and then uh, the rest is going to be um, nuked, you know.
The two thirds.
Yeah, the rest is going to be squashed.
Yeah, because right now is people are growing their tomatoes in their plants for the garden for the for when it's time for planting the gardens. And
Oh
when
yeah.
you sometimes you got to pick the right seeds. Sometimes you got to kill the plants that you grew because you don't have enough room. Whatever, but you're only gonna pick the best ones. You're gonna pick the
Dang,
best ones. You're gonna plant a whole bunch, right? I planted let's say like 100 seeds, but I'm only gonna put like 20 outside. That's a fucking lot of seeds that I wasted, and that's a lot of plants that I'm gonna throw away. But
Yeah.
but still, I'm not. I can't afford to give those bad plants the attention that the good plants deserve. Right? The elect deserves better attention than the two thirds, and it's natural.
uh, and two, that scripture that says, "Who's this that cometh from Basra?" He's going to be covered in blood. You know, he's going to be Yahushua is going to be covered in blood
And
because of all the killing.
yeah, we already know from testimony that the two thirds would rather save those Basras. They don't want to stomp on those
Yep.
grapes.
Yep.
Only the
Put them
elect
in
are
a
willing
pit.
to help stomp those grapes.
Which I gotta. Can I get this precept real quick? So you're talking
Come
about
on.
this, right? Matthew's 13 and 41 to 42. It says, "The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity." And 42 it says, "And shall cast him into a furnace of fire, and there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth." See?
Damn. Yep.
And then okay, 43 it says, "Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father who has ears to hear, and let them hear." And what you said earlier, the 144,000 in the kingdom, they're gonna be good though, but the others are gonna be ashamed. Because it says who has ears to hear, let them hear. And that's gonna be the 144,000, the elect.
And they're going to be saved because they were crying to Yahweh Shema Shai. Let me get this real quick. Um, Luke 18 and 7. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? See, because is not he gonna save the ones who are crying to him? You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Especially when we know his name.
Yeah. The ones who are he's gonna hear it, he's gonna hear us calling, like, oh shit, they're calling me,
yeah, yeah.
they're calling the right name, and it says the ones that bear long with them.
So all the way into the end though, you gotta have his truth and his word all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's right. He that endureth to the end shall be saved. You know.
Like I got another precept. Can I get a
Yep.
Revelation 11 and 12? It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a chariot, and their enemies beheld them. See, so that's the elect in the gate beamed up into that cloud.
Is that the rapture? Oh,
Yeah,
there ain't no rapture in the Bible. You know, you don't just ghost. You don't just float in the sky. You know,
yeah.
Because there's no explanation for that. Oh, you're just gonna float in the sky and disappear.
you're gonna be
You're
floating with wings and shit.
Yeah,
gonna
with
get
some
beamed
Edomite
up.
looking babies and shit.
You know, you know, if you're going to the sky, there's got to be something in the sky that's gonna get you. You know, that's
Otherwise,
gonna,
you're just gonna go out to the atmosphere and die.
yeah.
You're just gonna go up to die though, right? You just got saved out of the destruction in the world, but you're gonna get ascended up to the sky just to die then.
You know, damn,
Doesn't make fucking sense though, man.
that's right.
I got a precept.
Let me get this. Con.
Matthew 24 and 46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So we gotta be
Damn.
waiting.
Yep.
Not many people are gonna be doing this. You know what we're doing. You know, because we're sacrificing our lives. We could be doing other things, but we want to be doing this. You know,
Yeah.
because we understand the what's the word, the severity of this, you know.
Yeah. We know the destruction and the prophecies that things that to come, but to come.
Yeah, we understand, you know, the evilness, I mean,
We
the
see it.
severity. Yeah. Let me get this. Colossians 3 and 12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering. That's how the elect men. That's how they're gonna be. That's the characteristics they're gonna have. You know, they're gonna be holy, beloved, bowels of mercy, and this is only to each other. This is not to the whole world. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna have mercy to the world. We're not gonna have kindness to the world. This is, you know, to us and our brothers, our true brothers. You know, put on therefore as the elect. And what do? You put on the armor, the helmet. You get the sword. You know, we got the
Right.
sword, the shield. You know, there's a scripture that says that, but we don't have to get that. You brothers got any other closing scriptures?
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah. So with that, you know, we hope it's edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh,
Our Father,
Hashem,
him,
Yahweh,
Shai,
and
Hashem,
Hakadosh.
Hakadosh.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, brothers.
Shalom.
Shalom.